Hey guys, and welcome to a video where I'm going to rank every Solfege from Do to Do. Um, uh, Obviously we're going to start with Do. And it's good, right? Everybody loves Do. We're going to rank them from 1 to 10 because why not? So if you have Do here, and we're talking low Do, Do, right, we all know Do. Do is good. Do is home. Do is where we go to. It doesn't matter what key you're in. You could be in the key of D. You got Do, or you could be over here in the key of B. And you got Do, and whatever. You know, Do is fine. Do is, I think, the perfect middle ground. Also, don't mind me, because of the quality of this video, I'm eating Cheez-Its while I'm making it. So Do is a solid 5 out of 10. I think Do is fine. We all like Do. Next up, though, is Re. Re, so we have Do, Re. On its own, Re, you'd think that Re is, like, not that great. I mean, let's just play it like listen to that. Whoops. That's horrible. That's a horrible thing. It's just, no one likes that. However, you can do some interesting things with Re. For example, you could play this, which is a chord in a song, I don't remember. Jump. It's a chord in Jump. You know, Jump, and that's where that would go in. So hold on, let me switch it over to this thingy, and you'll be able to hear what I'm talking about. Right? Isn't that good? We all like Ray, dude. Ray on its own is not great. But once you do something funky with Ray, dude, once you throw something nice and spicy in there, then that's great. There's also this wonderful thing. If we swap over to G major really quickly, and we have this, and then you do this, a 2-4-2. I mean, come on, Ray's never sounded better. A 2-4-2 makes Ray just really stand out. So if Do was a 5, if Do was a 5, then Ray, for the things that you can do with Ray, obviously on its own, Ray is no more than a 3. But bump it up with what it can do. I'd put Ray at like a 7. These Cheez-Its are good. We're not even halfway done. We just did 2 notes. Let's speed this up a little bit, right? We have Mi now. Mi. Do, Re, Mi. That's a much nicer sound than, right? Everybody likes that. That's a good resolution. Another good thing about Ray, by the way, is if you do like a 4-3 suspension, you can do this instead of going to Mi. You can do this. Right? Doesn't that feel just another good point for Ray? Definitely puts it in the 7 category. Anyway, we're talking about Mi though. Mi is good. Mi outlines like that chord. That's always good. A 1 chord has Mi in it. Also, if you wanted to put in a 3 chord at any time, I mean, no one uses 3 chords, but like, come on, my guy. Everybody loves a good minor chord, dude. There's nothing wrong with minor chords. Which then goes, of course, to that as well. Mi is used in 6s, which is just fantastic. So it's good in every chord that it can fit into. In every triad that you've either got a minor 6, you've got a major 1st, or you've got a minor 3rd, or I suppose a major 3rd if you wanted to do that as well. And you've got Mi in there, regardless of what you do. And I think that all 3 of those chords sound pretty good. It's sort of like, for example, if you wanted to do that, if you wanted to go back to Do for a minute, like do's got some pretty good chords. Obviously, it's got the 4, and it's got the 6, and it's got the 1. But I just think that's so basic, man. There's something cool about, obviously, yes, the 6 and the 1, but putting that 3 in there that no one ever uses, and like, honestly, it sounds really cool and it's good, and I do think that mi is a good note. Obviously, mi is fine, but I also just think that it's just not as good as do. You know, like obviously you can have a 1 chord and it'll have mi in it, but you can take mi out and you still know what chord you're playing, and it's harder to do that if you take do out, for example. You can't really take do out. So I'm going to have to, unfortunately, put mi at just a 4. So right now it's mi at 4, and then do at 5, and then 7 for re. So let's do fa. That's sol. That's fa. So obviously, before I talked about the 4-3 suspension, which, in case you didn't know, is my favorite suspension. Which, of course, going back to re, we can... So, of course, that can always happen. Not to mention, of course, you get the 4 chord in there, which obviously helps you with any sort of progression that you're doing. And then fa, sol, do. If you're doing a 1-4-5-1 progression, you need fa in there, or else it's not going to work. Fa is fantastic. I think that fa is great. I think that fa is really useful, especially when you're doing this progression that I really like. Well, it's not a progression, but when you're doing this thing that I really like, you kind of need fa because it's just do, fa, sol. I really like do, fa, sol a lot. Hold on, I need both hands to do the thing, but you get the idea. Isn't that like just like not a 4-3 suspension, but like just da 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 played individually after each other? Because then, of course, that can lead all the way up here, and then I like to sort of you won't be able to see it, but you'll be able to hear it. See the little fake out at the end there, where I go do re mi fi sol. Yeah, clearly, like obviously, I like that progression. It's not a progression. I keep calling it that. I like that. I like fa. I think it's good. I think fa. If these guys are like B and C tier, fa is definitely A tier. Above do, I think. Because do is too basic. You need something funky, and fa is funky. Because also fa, it's one step away from that tritone. It's very funky, very funky. Next, we're more than halfway through this, is sol. Sol, do. Honestly, there's not much that I can say about sol. You need it to outline triads. It goes into 3, and like that's fine and whatever. But like, whatever, right? You can use C and whatever, and then of course it makes the 5, which like a G major 7. Hold on. A G major 7 is just something of beauty, honestly. You couldn't see that, but you know. So that's it. That's the idea. Sol is fine. I don't know much that I can say about it. It's perfectly usable. I like sol. You can do some fun things with it, like make a retrogression. But you don't need sol to make a retrogression. For example, you could just do this. Nah, frick. Like when you do, for example, let's go back to G major real quick. Let's talk about this. This is a progression that I really like. It's 1, and then back to that 2-4-2, and then the 4-6-4, and then 1. So I'll play that again real quick. Yeah, right? Like, you do not need a 5 chord to play that. Obviously. Obviously, you need Sol to do the da 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 da. You need Sol to be in that original tonic triad. Obviously, but you don't need it to be for the other two parts. For the actual retrogression, which is the 2 to the 4, you don't need Sol. So like Sol is good for the same reasons that Do is good. I'd say that it's a 5. Middle of the road. Sol is fine. These cheeses are really good. I have very few left. So, we've done the first 5. And I keep forgetting to switch it back. We're on La now. Whoops. So La is interesting. As far as like interval goes, that's not like great. No, I don't think anyone likes a Do to La. A La to Do, on the other hand, can be interesting because that kind of makes it's minor. You can do a minor triad. Whoops. And minor triads are great. Everybody loves those. So, I think that La is good because it kind of allows for easy, especially in like C. Just go down to La. That's just minor. It's like, oh, you have a key signature that's major, and then you have to go down to its relative minor in that same key signature, then just go down to La and build a triad off of that in that key signature. Because that would be major, and then if it's that would be major for A, but then that would be minor for A because that's A's key signature is C's key signature. Anyway, that's the gist of that. So La, I think La. Honestly, I think La is trying too hard. You know, man. Like, ease of use. Do to La, major to minor. But that's just so easy. That's too easy. Any key signature. We say Do, Ti, La, and then, well, yeah. No, that's definitely not right. There we go. And it's easy. It's just Do, Ti, La for any key signature for minor. La tries too hard. La is a 3. It's crap. La sucks. La's a 3. Fuck La. La sucks. T. Don't even get me T. If you thought that Do to Re was bad, talk about T to Do. That's just the worst. That's just abs. That's a half step apart. At least Do to Re is a whole step. This is a half step. That's the absolute worst thing in the world. I'm not even going to talk about other things that T can do. T fills out chords. T is an opponent. T sucks. T is horrible. T is a 1. T is a 1. There's nothing better. And then high Do. High Do gets 6 because it's obviously. So, with that being said, that's my ranking for basic solfege. If you guys want me to talk about the other ones like D and Re and Fa, Fi, and all those ones in between, if you want me to talk about those, tell me. I'll do it in a future video or whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed this very definitely high effort video. I'll be back with some more content pretty soon. more Cheez-Its. Autofocus is very nice. I like it a lot. See? Anyway, I'm getting distracted. In case you don't want to go watch through this video to figure out my things, like you've forgotten what any of my rankings are, I'll leave the rankings in the description. So, I hope you guys enjoyed.